Alright. Time to play a role-playing game. The tabletop variation. I always mix it up. I always mix up, like, when people say RPGs, you know, you could be referring to, like, the video game versions of RPGs, which is a lot different than actual RPGs, right? Of the tabletop variety. You know? Because, usually the RPGs in video games, right? They're just like, they tend to be like a one-way story, you know, just a linear narrative, and you control a bunch of characters, and you go through, you know, the game, right? But an actual like role-playing games that involve, you know, like a D20, right here. There's like a lot of direction you can go to, right? There's no like one fixed story. Well, at least, well, depends on the game master, I guess. But usually, you can do anything you want, right? That's the appeal of, you know, Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse me. The appeal of Dungeons and Dragons is the fact that you can do everything or anything, really. Limited by your imagination, and well, limited by what your character can do in terms of its of their statistics and what you roll with the dice, right? Of course, because of course, like the dice is there to at least give you some, you know, challenge, right? Numerically speaking, and objectively speaking, I guess. Because, you know, if you literally could do anything you ever wanted, that would be a boring game, right? There has to be some sort of obstacle or challenge, right? But it's not always gonna be like a battle or like a boss that you need to beat, you know, as opposed like in the video game, the challenge is just like, you know, the enemy, right, or grinding levels and all that sort of stuff to beat the boss or the final boss. Not always in a D&D game, though it can be, you know, it can be battle focused and dice centric. It really depends on your game master, and well, I wonder what kind of game master Irie is. So starting off, you receive a letter promising power and prestige. If you will simply enter the caravan tower at 2000 and ask for Ion. What should you do? Or Ion or Lawn? Is it like a element Ion, or I guess? Well, anyway, I don't know. I think it's like either it's like, I think it's just I'm gonna say it's Ion, because otherwise just Lawn doesn't make sense to me. I think it's Ion. It's a capital I, I think. Maybe. But anyway, what should you do? Go, of course. On to waste a moment of time. I agree. Full steam ahead, people. Well, power and prestige, it's all fun and dandy, but there's money involved, huh? I'm a heister, see? I always cares for them shinies, huh? She's barely understandable. I'm not putting up with it with this throughout the entire RP. Wait, Akira, if it's steampunk, we should all speak in British accents. If looks could kill, Elizabeth would currently be my murderer. Like, are you gonna bring up murder now, after what you've just been through? You know? Anyway. Don't you dare, Yama Ishimoto. Tally-ho, we've done quite a bang-up job on our character creations, if I do say so myself. Again, I don't know how to do a British accent. Especially a stereotypical, over-exaggerated British accent. I haven't a clue how to do something like that, really. Akira and Ryui apparently don't notice that I'm teasing. They only light up with excitement. That is a splendid idea. Why I do believe that you've landed upon something quite profound, Yama Ishimoto. Elizabeth buries her face in her hands, but the pair continue on, oblivious. Well, Ryu, under these circumstances, would it be prudent to meet this person together, would it not? Oh yes, indubitably, I quite agree. Irie cuts in with her solid monotone, earning Elizabeth some relief. Elizabeth, Misuki, Akira, and Ryui are en route, and... Well, it wouldn't be a party without the great Yahiko Hikari. Yeah, I'm going to go too. Sure, why not? Very well. Now hold on, I got a dry throat. Drink some water. Need to hydrate before going to this caravan tower. Irie closes her eyes, contemplating for a moment, then opens them with renewed fervor. En route to the Vader Tavern, you suddenly encounter a rabid horde of cretinous dingbats. Cretinous dingbats. At least they're not dire woes. What? It's something Shigure says often. And suddenly I'm not surprised anymore. Prepare for battle. Tokens spring up on our monitors, representing rows of hard-faced, cretinous dingbats. Okay, so yeah, we're the classes here, and I guess these are the dingbats? Okay. Hold up, citizens, stand back. This is a job for President J. Graves. Governmaker, mobilize! You have no ability by that title. Then, I unleash a fiery storm of death, for I am the Alchemist! Ladies and gentlemen, power gaming at its finest. I see. Roll. Yahil does so. A 1. Well, if you don't know about D&D, a 1 is usually the worst result. You drop your spellbook on your toe. What? Sorry, man, but you gotta stick to being a model. Error 404. Model class does not exist. Well, maybe it'll work out if he models as an alchemist. No, I protest. These dice must be weighted. Well. But they're digital, Yahiko. They can't be weighted. Then someone's cheating. Someone's hacking the dice or something. I don't know. Look, let's just have melee in front, or melee. I keep saying melee. Melee in front, ranged in back, and Ryui in the far back. This matter should be fairly simple, considering that it's the first battle in the game. Elizabeth knows her stuff. Okay, what exactly do I do? You just gotta play for us, Ryu. We'll keep you safe. Yeah, and Yama will protect you. Or Masato, you know, whoever. A bard boosts his team stats and morale. If you roll high, you may even provide others with an extra turn. Wow, I sound so useful. You do know that essentially you're just flicking around on wood and metal, right? Oh, shut up, Yama. Right. Let's start this battle before everything turns to rubbish. Ari, I fire that dodgy tosser out by the front. Dodgy. Huh. Tosser. Huh. Shut up, Yama. I think your ass is really cool. Thank you. A 17. Good bro. She rolls on the monitor. For once, is actually a high number. Direct hit, musketeer. The Clintus Dingbat crumples into the dust of ignorance whence it came. I'm pretty sure that phrase also came from Shigure. Then I'll attack the nearby enemies. Whoosh! She rolls. Another decent hit. Another cretinous dingbat has fallen, but a blade of night. And I'm pretty sure this kind of like game is what do you call it? It's kind of like streamlined, or I don't know what the word is. Basically, I don't think this is very accurate to an actual game of tabletop role-playing, or at least a very loose interpretation of it anyway. It's pretty close. I mean, you do roll dice, and you do have like characters and tokens and stuff. You take turns, you know. They don't really add in the attack bonuses, right? And the damage, you know. You're supposed to roll damage after you roll attack, usually, you know. But anyway, guess it doesn't matter. As if these dingbats could ever handle me. And I think you killed both of them? Usually, you need to cleave to do that, and that requires an additional dice, but anyway. I guess it doesn't matter. Also, I don't think this is literally D&D. It's like, probably, you know... It can be like a variation, you know, a different type of game. Not all role-playing tabletop games are D&D. Even though D&D was like the most popular one, right? In that case, I slit the throat of the one in the back. Whoosh. And with a final high roll, the cretinous dingbat falls beneath the crooked blade of the heister. Only one cretinous dingbat remains. I got it with my scalpel. You're a cleric, Masato. I don't think you should get anywhere near those enemies. He does it anyway. You banging on my medical school? I'll show you. 6. You scratch the cretinous dingbat and do no damage. A scratch? I told you so. Well, I mean, generally speaking, it doesn't matter if you roll high or low. If your class doesn't have high attack bonuses, then you'd miss anyway, right? Anyway, stop being such a nerd. I don't even play D&D. I wish I could play D&D. And I watch people play D&D. I just haven't myself played D&D. So I'm just backseating. Anyway. Well, it wasn't terrible at least. Ugh. Poor Masato. He must be used to winning from acting out RPs instead of rolling for them. Yama, you should move. Oh yeah. I considered my options for a moment. I could just fire at it with my pistol, I guess, but that seems kind of bland. What's the cretinous dingbat made out of? Cogs, gears, and steam. Okay. I take the nearest pipe and stick it into the mechanism to jam it. That's an innovative idea. But why do something so boring when you can make it explode into a ball of fire? Because I might drop my spellbook on my toes. What kind of dummy would do that? Gee, I wonder. Roll. I do so, and... a 20! And if you didn't know, that's usually a critical hit. It's a critical success. Wow, of all times to be lucky. A 20? Coach Lucky Luckerson! In one swift motion, you thread the pole through the cogs at a critical point. The mechanism locks in place, overheats, and explodes in a ball of fire. What? Congratulations, you have cleared the first battle. Your rewards are... Wait, hold up. No, I cannot let a mere peasant surpass the greatness of Governor Mecker. Let's just skip to the next battle. What? Yeah, and make it a big one, the final battle. 5 armies clashing upon the battlefield of darkness, and leading the forces of light is the greatest hero, President J. Graves. Backing away slowly now. Yahiko's classic antics. I didn't realize how much I appreciated them until now. Very well. You teleport to the final battle, surrounded by enemies on all sides. I guess we're just fast-forwarding. Wait, what? But we haven't even had a chance to level up. It's my shot to send them all shocking doctors and mother. Again, I still don't understand what exactly this type of speak is. This, I guess, street speak? Where you stare at him in silence, completely bewildered by the foreign words spewing out of his mouth. Well, all of us save for one, of course. You too understand that you're a healer, right? You should keep focusing. You should focus on keeping us alive, not showing off. Misuki's response is quick and forceful, fully understanding what Masato just said. Miki, you know what he's saying? Of course I do. You don't? Oh, wait. He was speaking street, wasn't he? Speaking street? Yeah, we encountered this before. She's probably referring to the slang that reigns over the poorer districts of Isamu. I guess that Masado's random word vomit is actually street slang. Well, that makes sense. Hey, Megumi. You speak street too? Misaki. And yes, I suppose I picked it up while I was in District 6. Everyone seems surprised by this revelation. Well, everyone except Ryu and I. It sounds so cool. Can you be our translator? Sure. Aces, in touch my street, neither can when these in gefit. You can brush up on your street, but I doubt it will be any useful. Wow, how do you understand everything? Misaki shrugs her shoulders. It's sort of slipped into my diction, I guess. But that's not important right now. Let's continue the battle. Ah yes, the very abrupt battle of the 5 armies, all because of Yahiko Ikari. One detail. Wow! Suddenly, a flood of monsters pop up on our sight codes, practically burning our eyes with light. The other 4 armies are allied, and fighting you. All 4 armies? Oh gosh guys, yeah. Let's not do this. Can we just go back to the tavern and go through the RP like normal people? You question the will of the great Ikari? Fear not, good citizens. President J. Grace can fight this whole heart with 1 arm behind his back. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. And I'm a doctor. Yes. Yes, you are. I take it that we're fighting, then. Yes. Okay, well, don't blame me if y'all die terrible deaths. Line up. It's a game. We're bound to die anyway. We tap our sight codes to take our positions. Hopefully they're strategically sound. From what I can tell, Irie's at least nice enough to keep the enemies at the same level as us. Hopefully this is actually beatable. Akira suddenly moves her icon in front of ours, pacing it back and forth like a war general speaking to her unit. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and... No, Akira. Aw, coach, what's the fun in having a final battle if you can't have the epic speech? Why do I suddenly get the feeling that we've had this exchange before? Whatever, make it quick. Fine, I'll make it a little more interesting. Men, women, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your hippopotamus. Wait, what? This day we fight! And with that, Irie, I'd like to pickpocket the nearest enemy. A 5, right? Akira's attempt is a failure, but at least she doesn't pay dearly for it. But Irie surprises us by breaking in right after Akira's turn is over. The Clockwork Goblin on the flank surges forward and attacks Riri. Ri, roll for dodge. Immediately, the token on our screens darts to the vulnerable backline where Masato and Riri are wide open. Akira, your move left our backline wide open. Uh-oh. Relax, at the very least my dex is really high. She presses a finger to the frame of her sight code. A 1. The fateful die lands on our displays. A 1? Are you serious? Great galloping golfers! Even with your substantial modifier, really, you did not dodge. Well, yeah, they did mention... Okay, they do at least mention their modifiers. Because usually, yeah, if you have a high dexterity, for example, you would, for like, I don't know, I'm making it up, like, you would roll the number, but then the dexterity modifier would add like a few points to that, you know? Someone with high dexterity will get like a bonus, and someone with like really low dexterity will get like a penalty, right? But I guess, like usually a 1 doesn't really matter, even if you have high dexterity, you will still not succeed. You must be really unlucky today. No, wait, there has to be some kind of mistake. Unfortunately, dear Rui, the mistake seems to be yours. No, man. See how you slip. Do it up. Masato says that everything is your fault, Yahiko, and you need to fix it. Me? Why me? You're the present for the puncher. You're the one who insisted on having this battle. Okay, I'll fix it. No, wait. I'm sure Yama will be more than happy to revive you using mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. What? Yama? Roll with strength, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence modifier. Can you do that? I don't... No, in real life. We have no physical dice. I mean, you should do CPR on Ryui in real life. What? Oh, this is getting interesting. You guys can't be serious. I have no opinion on the matter. Wait, Ryui's dead? Is she a zombie? No, she isn't. Hence why there's no need for CPR. Don't worry, Ryu. I'll do it. Oh, gosh, Masato, there's literally no reason to perform CPR. Well, dude, you sound so intense. Aw, someone's getting jealous. I'm not getting jealous. That's what a jealous person would say. Nikki. The group breaks out into laughter at my expense. I feel betrayed. Hey guys, you lay off Yama. I'll take one for the team. Masato really wants to kiss Ryui. Anyway. You know what? I have a great idea. Why don't I just, stay dead? Suddenly, a die roll on our monitors breaks the flow of conversation. Who wrote that? Not I. Nor I. It was me. Irie pauses for a moment, glancing at her GM references before pronouncing judgment. Ryu did not die. She has, however, been mortally wounded and taken captive by enemy forces. I... Did... What? This doesn't seem to be better than death. Why is my luck so awful? Don't worry one bit, Ryu. We'll save ya. Masato, from a strategic standpoint, that is impossible. Don't you see how many enemies fortify the base? That ain't no problem, we gotta save Ryui. Is this the operative we, or the royal we? Remember who you're talking about, Yama? Masato is probably the most literal human being I know. That's true, but... You saying he ain't gonna lift a finger? And I've noticed that, well, Ryu's kidnapped again. In a different context this time, though. Tiny one. I charge to enemy allies like a man. Wah! He taps his sight code to roll. You die. you just die. You just straight up die. Masato's face crumples as if Christmas has been cancelled. Oh, maybe you should have said it a little softer. You die. This is a good example of why you must look before you leap. Honestly, what were you thinking? Charging like the bull is quite possibly the worst strategic decision you could ever make. Yeah, what you doing? Nothing? Tell me all you want. We ain't any better than our enemies, standing around like a bunch of dummers. This is punctuated by a very long silence. Oh my. Dummers? Standing around? Yama? Let's save Ryui. I concur. We must rescue Ryui at once. Roger that. Operation Saving Private Ryui is a go. Climb every mountain. Ford every stream. Follow every rainbow till you find your dream. Why are you guys so old? Well, coach, give us the orders. Me? It's the least you can do. You've been utterly useless thus far. I trust your judgment, Yama. Well, I don't know what's possessed them, but for some reason, I appreciate their faith. So, looks like we have to fight through a huge mass of enemies to get to Ryui. No way around it. This definitely takes some sacrifices. Essentially, my best chance is to use the others to pull the forces away, little by little, like an elite guerrilla task force. Well, when I think about it, it's not really fair to just sacrifice the others. Well, I'll distract them. Anyone remaining, make a break for Ryui. What? Are you sure, Yama? Or is this the ever-famous act of noble idiocy? The heated fire of his love is unquenchable, even in the face of death. Yeah, unquenchable. Or simply stupidity. I doubt this decision is strategically sound. Just get Ryui, yeah? I guide my token to the flank of the giant forces. I throw as many explosives and weapons as possible into the army to draw their attention. This is accompanied by a decent roll. A horde of tokens swarm around me before I can blink. You are now surrounded by clockwork goblins. Well, that's the cue. Fly, you fools! Elizabeth, Akira, and Misaki charged through the newly opened gap with fervor as I quickly succumbed to the giant group of goblins. Stay focused, the end is in sight. But just as she utters this, the guards by the prisoner of war camp seem to double in number. Some goblins were sleeping. Uh-oh. Some? The puny resistance force is quickly stamped out by the new horde, leaving Ryui hopeless in the clutches of the goblins. Game over. You're all dead. No, not all of us. Oh, Yahiko is still alive, I guess. Have you so easily forgotten that the general still stands? Govermaker, mobilize! My firestorm, Irie! Roll. Mwah. What again? You drop your spellbook on your other toe. I call foul. Something's wrong with the RNG, dude. There cannot be anything wrong with the RNG. It is simply an RNG. But... That's alright, dude. And like anyway, almost time for my curfew. Already? I checked the time, it's actually 5:40. I guess we must have left the hospital pretty late. Besides, the RP was pretty fun. And I'm sure it would have been more fun if someone didn't insist on skipping to the final battle without a plan. I also really enjoyed it. My compliments to the GM. Wait, are we leaving? But the high tea just got here. Well, sure enough, two servers have bustled out from the back rooms, arms laden with trays of teapots and dainty sandwiches. My stomach grumbles embarrassingly loud. Everything looks delicious. Ah, well, if it's food... He promptly sits down and unashamedly digs in. Well, that was easy. Just bribe him with food. Well, this is all due to Yaiko's generosity, everybody. Make sure to express your gratitude. Well, thanks, Yaiko. Your gratitude knows no bounds, oh fantastical benevolence. No. I appreciate your generosity, if little else. Well, thanks, man. Oh, well, you know, this is just pocket change in the curry. Note to self, never get Mizuki's bad side. She's totally got Yaiko wound around her little finger. I try a scone on the nearest tray. It crumbles delectably in my mouth. Perfectly cooked. Wow, this is really good stuff. Well, thanks, Yaiko. But of course. After all, a proper world dictator must keep his minions well fed. At times like this, I wonder if a world run by Yahiko would actually be that bad. Generosity is popular with the ladies, after all. I take that back. I take all of it back. After scooping some treats onto a plate, I return to my seat. Unlike the last time we were all together, no one's separated into groups. Everyone is sitting around the same table, chatting with smiles on their faces. It's heartwarming. So, hypothetically speaking, what will you do if all politicians suddenly turn into chairs? Well, they'd at least be somewhat useful. The authorities do the best they can, you know. Well, they at least comfy chairs? If they are, I'd vote for them. How can people turn into chairs? Then again, some topics of discussion are questionable. Hey dude, staring at the lovely angels I see? What? Don't you fret, my good man, I know precisely what you're thinking. You wanna woo one of them, don't you? I really don't. Well, you're in luck, because for a limited time offer I'm... Wait, really? I glanced at the others. They seemed to be immersed in conversation, filling the cafe with a pleasant buzz. Well, maybe it's now my chance to have a little chat with Yahiko. Say, Yahiko. I paused for a moment, trying to find the right words. I was wondering, you know, we never figured why Ryota, Mr. Ryota, we never figured out Mr. Ryota's motive. Do you happen to know? As I fumble awkwardly with the message, Yahiko interrupts me. It's fine, dude. I get it. It's kinda hard to think about, you know? 5 people I know, all gone. His smile's painfully forced. Anyway, I don't understand all these killings, but when I was talking with my mom and dad about it, they got totally stressed. I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense. The police don't seem to have a clue either. I mean, apparently, Mr. Ryota's an immigrant, but why? Why would he kill 4 kids for no reason? His voice becomes gratingly strident, halting all activity in the cafe. Everyone turns to Yahiko, open-mouthed, no doubt taken aback at the sudden gravity in his tone. And then, in the blink of an eye, Yahiko's face suddenly flashes back into his trademark grin without a hint of a shadow. What bothers you so, my good minions? Have I captured your hearts? A moment of silence follows. I can see the hesitation on everyone's faces, the hesitation of wanting to help Yahiko, but not knowing how. His toothy smile, his arrogant front, is an impenetrable wall that's impossible to break down. Is it possible to help him when he doesn't really want it? It doesn't seem so. Eventually, the group awkwardly returns to conversation, and Yahiko's shoulders slump just slightly in relief. It's jarring to see his personality switch at the back of an eye, but maybe that's his coping mechanism, just like mine is standing from afar, mocking anything I can. Sorry, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of things about Mr. Ryota that still doesn't make sense. It gives me a bad feeling. Kinda like seeing a guy in a French maid costume, you know? No, I can't say I do. I'll look into it. Yahiko deserves that much. Thanks, dude. Hey, last sandwich, any takers? We turn back to the commotion of the rest of the group. The trays are almost completely picked clean. Well, that was fast. I guess the cafe's quality speaks for itself. I'll have it. Sandwich? I like it. The food is quite delicious. I'm also still pretty hungry. Then there's only one way to solve this. A competition. On second thought, I don't want any more. Me neither. Meh. I ain't even said what the competition is yet. What is it? Well, you know, a real man's fair, so how about a riddle game? What? Honor student and all, Masato, I'm pretty sure that Irie can beat you on that front. She's probably one of the most observant people I know. Oh, I know some great riddles. Why don't we have Ryui give the riddles? I doubt any of Akira's riddles will be understandable. Oh, okay. Masato marches in front of Ryui, our eyebrows forced into focus into harsh lines on his head. Irie only stares blankly with a quirk of her head. The rest of us gather around them in a slight interest. Oh, let me see. There's a 10-foot chain nailed into the wall. The center dips down 5 feet. How far are the ends from each other? Dips down 5 feet. how far are the ends from each other? 10 feet, right? Because we're not talking about the center, we're talking about how far are the ends from each other. If there was a 10-foot chain, it would just simply be 10 feet, right? They're trying to, like, you know, trying to trick us with looking at, like, you know, this information. The center dips down 5 feet, but that doesn't matter. It's just about the ends, not the, how farther they are from the center, right? They're on the same nail. If the center's down 5 feet, that means that it's going up and down totals to 10 feet, which is the length of the chain. Wow, you're right, Masato. That was quick. I guess, yeah, Masato is smart, right? Why would a chain be nailed to a wall? Well, you know, maybe there's some merit to Masato choosing a riddle competition. Yeah, because Irie just takes everything too literal, but Masato, he's smart. Even though he doesn't act like it all the time. Okay, next. Okay, a young woman is attending her mom's funeral when she meets a man whom she falls in love with. But after the funeral, she can't find him. Okay. A couple days later, she kills her sister. Why? What? Okay, this one is kind of weird. A young woman is attending her mom's funeral when she meets a man whom she falls in love with. But after the funeral, she can't find him. Okay, you know, I did say I didn't want to solve any more riddles after spending so long at that the horse race one, but I'm a little interested now. Young woman is attending her mom's funeral when she meets a man with whom she falls in love with. After the funeral, she can't find him. A couple days later, she kills her sister. I don't know. Why would that be? She kills her sister. Kills her sister. She kills her sister. Mom's funeral. Finds on 11 and then he kills her sister? Huh? So weird. I don't get it. This stumps me actually. I don't know why. Why would that be? What? Why the hell would you do something like that against your own flesh and blood? This is a dumb riddle. You know, that's purely hypothetical, right? Ain't no kind of answer to that disgusting riddle. Well, then the woman want to meet the man at her sister's funeral. A pregnant pause fills the room. Yeah. Nom. Ryu, isn't that the psychopath test? Well, maybe she heard it before. Okay, so a few things here. Irie caught that. Okay, she knew the answer to that riddle, I guess. She wanted to kill her sister because she wanted to meet the man at the funeral again, because apparently, logically speaking, well, it's kind of illogical actually, but I guess from the perspective of the woman, she can only meet that man at a funeral, so she kills someone so she can have another funeral to meet that man again, I guess, which is weird. But another thing is that Akira said it was a psychopath test, in which case, did Irie go through a psychopath test or something, or at least some sort of testing? Which again adds to my theory that Irie is not a normal person. Well, I mean, well, other than the fact that her personality is a little weird, it's more so that she may be, I'm guessing, born in a lab. Maybe that's my first guess. That's why she's having such a hard time socializing, or at least, well, from the people looking at her, right? Anyway, like interacting with her, it seems that she has, she doesn't understand certain things, and she takes things literally. Though I guess to Irie herself, it's not like she understands that either. But anyway, the hell? It's dumb, is what it is. What kind of shack and dumber kills her family with some shallow love at first sight? Bad riddle. Next, Ryui. Okay, Mr. Pushy. Oh, I know. 4 old men sat down to play. They played all night till break of day. They played for cash and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. Rhyming. When it came to square accounts, they all made the same amounts. Not one loss and all gained. Now that you've heard, can you explain? It's a riddle for rhyme. Okay. Okay, this riddle has our entire group racking their brains. Okay, this one's pretty tough, I guess. 4 old men sat down to play. They played all night till break of day. They played for cash and not for fun with separate scores for everyone. When it came to square accounts, they all made the same amounts, not one loss and all gained. Now that you've heard, can you explain? Well, they're in a band, of course. Kind of easy for me because I took some music classes, so I understand that separate scores don't mean like number scores, they mean musical scores. So, well, I mean, I guess you don't need to take you don't need to take music lessons or classes to understand that, but I guess it's just easier to make an association, you know, that this is different, has a different meaning. Yeah, so it's a 4-man band. Same amounts. Played for cash. Maybe by a highly improbable chance. Oh, I see. That's quite clever, eh? Oh, what's the answer? Simply put, the men... No, shut up till I solve this. Elizabeth snorts and rolls her eyes, but stays quiet. Maslow begins to pace in agitation as Irie stares longingly at the sandwich. Oh, I know. They were playing Day-Pay. Day-Pay? Oh, Payday! I played that. I played Payday 1 and Payday 2. And I apparently Payday 2... It's still going strong, actually. People still play a lot of Payday 2. Especially... You know, Payday 2, at least I've stopped playing it for a few years ago, but I've heard that like the updates has been piling on to the point where there's like an item for like a popular like YouTuber or internet personality now, and there's just like a whole lot of stuff in Payday 2, which reminds me of how like an older game, Team Fortress 2, also has a bunch of like promotional items in the game now, so it's quite silly. Because initially, yeah, it was like a bank robbery game, and that sounds pretty dark actually. But now, it's actually just silly. Payday 2, at this point. Yes, they played for cash. They had separate scores, but they earned the same amounts. As sensible as that is, I highly doubt that this riddle has anything to do with video games. I'm sorry, that's technically not the answer. Oh. I'm pretty sure that a dozen kittens just died at that moment. Aw, sad. Sad Irie. I got it, really. The men's all musicians. Different scores, same amounts, playing from night to day. Oh, yep. Macedo, 2 points. Irie, 1. Huh, knew it. As Riri shuffles through riddles that she knows, the rest of us lean forward. Even though Macedo and Irie are technically the only ones competing, the riddles are interesting enough for us to try. And I guess, yeah, for me to try as well. You've woken up at 4 AM by a knock on your door. It's from a friend who came for breakfast. You have bread, jam, bacon, and eggs. What do you open first? This time, there's not even a pause for deliberation. Is this a riddle? Right, what do you open first? Well, that's the trick. You don't open any of these, you open the door. Duh. You open the door. Everything at once, of course. Ain't no skipping on hospitality. No, sorry. Well, it's not even physically possible to open 4 containers simultaneously. You ain't never been real hungry, have you? Okay, Irie, your answer. Don't you open the door first? Otherwise, your friend will be outside. That's right. Yeah, I guess, yeah, her strange way of thinking also works sometimes, because you do need a shift in perspective to solve certain riddles. That critical thinking, I guess. Oh, damn. Should have seen that one. At least he has the dignity to acknowledge this loss. You know what this means? Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a tiebreaker! Can I hear it for Team Marvelous Massa? Oh yeah! The cafe falls into a deadly hush. Time ticks on. Right. How about Team Tiny Girl with an infinite stomach? Woohoo, go Irie! Think with brains and think with minds! Go and kick Massa's behind! I'm getting a sudden sense of deja vu. Well, Judge Ryui, it's up to you to determine the fate of this matchup. Well, that's a lot of pressure. Well, looks like this will be a riddle of a lifetime. Okay, let me think. She ponders for a moment in the stillness of the cafe, then clears her throat. Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. What is it? I think I've heard of this riddle before. I don't remember the solution though. Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. Eat it, you die. Eat it, you die. I don't remember. What was it? What was it? Rich people need it. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. I'm not sure actually. Is it like an? I assume it's like some sort of object, or it's gotta be a trick to it, right? So, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. Eat it, you die. Eat it, you die? I mean, well, is it? I mean, well, someone gave an answer here in chat, but is that the solution? Because when I'm thinking about it, if you eat it, you die. Oh well, actually, yeah, no, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Because what tricked me is because the riddle says if you eat it. I was assuming something you physically eat, but that's the trick, right? I get it. And when you think about it, the riddle, it's kind of a metaphor actually for like the characters in this game. Because some people are rich, right? Like Yahiko and most people in the academy, but like Masato and Misaki went through poverty and stuff, right? It's very telling of the characters, the cast of characters in this visual novel. Anyway, Masato opens his mouth, but Irie beats him to the punch. What drugs? Oh well, I mean, yes, that works too. Another silence. What exactly has Irie been through in life? Poor people have it, rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. It's drugs. Well, I mean, technically speaking, she's not wrong. Ryui quickly whips to Masato with a pleading look. Masato, what's your entry? Masato stands quietly, and for a brief second, it seems like a huge burden is on his shoulders. We wait in poised silence for his fateful reply. Finally, he opens his eyes, enunciating every syllable with crispness. The answer is nothing. Poor people have nothing. Rich people need nothing. If you eat nothing, you die. Well, yeah, I guess it's pretty dark when you think about it. A stoic stillness falls upon the cafe. Something about his words seem unnaturally heavy. And then Akira breaks the tension with a loud, enthusiastic round of clapping. Clap, clap, yeah, clap, clap. Well, darn my socks. Looks like we've got ourselves a winner. Yes, right. Ryui quickly snatches the lonely sandwich from his plate and thrusts it toward Masato. I hereby bestow upon thee the final sandwich. Go, eat, have fun. Drugs isn't the right answer. Most people wouldn't think of drugs. Does that make it wrong? Oh, here we go. Deep questions by Irie Hiraga. Ryui grins in a very panicked manner and promptly grabs my sleeve. Oh, well, it's been fun, guys, but it's getting awfully late. Wow, I'm suddenly so tired. It must be my leg. And I gotta head back. Curfew. In that case, it would be efficient to all walk back together. No, no, no! Misaki, Elizabeth, Irie, Yahiko, bathroom! Time for some girl talk. Oh yes, of course. Wait, why am I included? Yeah, why are you included? And boy oh boy, Masato, it's getting really late. You should run back as fast as possible, right now. Nah, I'll just walk with... Oh, Masato, my man, let's go. Okay, I know what's happening. And without warning, Yahiko once again grapples Masato's arm and drags him out the door. I'm not sure what caused this abrupt action, given the fact that he should love being alone with a group of girls. Just after their sudden exit, Akira leads the other girls into the women's bathroom without another word, leaving Ryu and I alone. Wow, that was really subtle. Incredibly subtle. They should become national spies. Or international. We pause. A sudden idea seizes my mind. A bit random and spontaneous, but even so. Say, Riri, can you come with me? Where to? The cemetery. Cemetery? It's been hovering in the back of my mind for the past 3 months. Is that gonna be our first date at the cemetery? Anyway. You mean... Yeah. Are you sure? I mean, up until now, I thought you didn't... I mean, I wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to. Or you wouldn't want be. You wouldn't be. I want you to come with me. Okay, let's go. We head to the subway and board it in silence, riding north along the side of the river. All it takes is disembarking the subway and crossing the bridge and we arrive. The air is beautiful here, but cold. Maybe it's solely due to the sight of an endless stretch of memorial stones, but the light feels frigid against my skin. I pull my jacket tightly around me and navigate the cemetery. Although it's been a long time, years, my footsteps easily find their way. Riri lays a gentle hand on my arm, comforting but unobtrusive. On another day, I might stop and muse at how many stones, how many different stories, lie just in this one spot. Each engraving, a different life, each monument, a different family history. But in this moment, I'm focused on just one thing. I pull to a stop in front of a marker by a boundary of trees, where a large stone looms from the ground, brisk letters carved into its surface. Ishimoto Family Grave. Mizu Ishimoto, February 1999 to January 2008. The business card deposit next to the grave is stacked, long neglected over the years. I absently shuffle through a few of them. Reporters, more reporters, teachers from our school, and more reporters. This is the only mark that she made, a story in breaking news, significant for just a fleeting moment. She could have grown up to be so much more, but instead, she was just a kid who suffered a tragedy. 3 months ago, maybe, I would have been furious at the world. No, 3 months ago, I was definitely furious at the world. But now... Hey, sis. I'm sorry that I didn't bring any flowers or incense. Didn't even grab any water. Terrible brother, aren't I? And I guess, yeah, in a Japanese grave, you do, like, pour water. Or at least something. I believe either water or, like, alcohol, maybe. Or maybe I'm watching too much anime and that's not what you typically do. Anyway. I'm silent for a moment. Ryu's fingers gently squeeze at my shoulder. The wind picks up for a moment and sweeps warm air against her cheeks, almost like a single breath. If I close my eyes, I can almost see Mizu's smile, soft, open, with total understanding. She's still 9 years old in my head, hasn't aged a day. Somehow, I doubt that she cares about flowers or incense. So, did you get my lanterns? I probably should have visited you sooner, but written communication is next best thing, isn't it? Silence again. I swallow past the lump in my throat. Been having some problems about that day, as you probably know. I've always wished that you lived, and that I died. Always. Yep, that survivor's guilt. Who knows? Maybe if you were still around, no one would have gotten hurt. Maybe you would have caught Ryota before Shigure, and I could have blinked. That sounds like you. The 9-year-old girl in my head frowns imperiously, almost as if to say, Cams, you totally underestimate yourself. It's okay, sis. I think that I finally realized. Moping around doesn't change the past. Pretty sad, huh? You think it'd be obvious, considering that I can't time travel or anything. Well, unfortunately, this visual novel is not science fiction. There's no time travel. But I think, in some way, all I wanted to do, really, was remember you. Even if it meant being miserable all the time. Ryu's face is coated with tears, but she doesn't say a word. I don't know why she's crying, but something about the sight is touching. Ryu cares too much about us. Crying because of us. For us. Meh. Marry her already, Yama. Anyway, so, I think I'm finally ready. I'll be moving on, sis. Sorry to leave you behind. Or, is it actually that you've gone ahead and you're waiting? I don't know, but I think you can trust me. Not necessarily because of me, but because of this girl. The one standing next to me. She's my best friend, and she has more responsibility than both of us combined. She's really precious to me, so I'm sure you can trust her. I pause awkwardly, looking down at the stone. It feels so empty. No flowers, no food, nothing. I'll, see you later. I step away from the gravestone, but Ryui suddenly darts forward. Mizu. I just want to say, thank you, Mizu. Thank you for protecting Yama. He means a lot, so much to so many people. You're a hero, Mizu. So thank you. I feel like you should know that you didn't make a bad choice. Yama, is really cool. Really cool, that's all you got? Oh, and I think I lost some frames there. I lost a total of 14 frames. Hopefully, that didn't like... No, wait, I'm losing some more frames. And it's back. Please stop losing frames. My internet. Okay, is it fine now? Hopefully it's fine. Mizu is sabotaging my stream from beyond the grave. Oh no, anyway, well, she probably doesn't have a reason to do that though, I don't know, anyway. Where was I? So sleep well, okay? I hope we get to meet someday. She steps away from the stone. I stare at her, flabbergasted. That was quite possibly the highest praise I'd ever received from someone. Yeah, being called cool. Again, that's... I don't know, is that the best compliment ever? It's like, you're cool. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I mean, she probably means like before that. The fact that Yama means a lot to many people. That's what she means. Anyway. And, she said it in front of Mizu. What? It's true. Thanks. She shuffles awkwardly for a moment, then shrugs. We stare at the ground, suddenly intent on studying our shoes. Finally, Ryui slides into a nearby bench set up beneath a tree. She leans her head backward and stares at the sky. Okay, I guess time for a quiet moment for Riri on the bench.